star in studio this morning. Jimmy Gait has walked into studio. You know what? Can I just let me find out how you're doing? I'm always, when we're having conversations, I always use the phrase, you've got to make it or make it.
Absolutely.
And I didn't realize until the other day when I said that my sister said, Jimmy Gait. I'm like, yes. I didn't realize that's where it was from. But how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
It's so good to see you after such a long time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think the last time, and you also took like some time off, right?
Well, yeah, there's a time I was a little bit off.
Yeah.
But now I'm back. Yeah.
So we've got 7 projects to drop.
Yeah.
But
7 videos.
7 videos ready.
Yep.
So you've been working.
I've been working, my
So you didn't take any break. You're just like
probably break from
doing media tours and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I was working. I've been working.
You've been hitting the studio hard.
I have recorded over 300 songs.
What?
And I have 7
Okay,
videos.
hold on. 300.
Yeah.
How long does it take someone to record 300 songs? Because in a year we have 365 days.
I've been recording every week like 3 songs.
Yeah.
For the last maybe 3 years.
What?
So I consistently keep working.
Yeah.
So I have enough content that, I mean.
Wow.
And I think that works. Because
that's
then
like
you can
30
sit
albums.
back. Yeah, you can sit back and release like the best of the best. So you re-listen to it and you're like, okay, no, this one doesn't make it. This one. So I think that's a really good way to go about it. But I remember the last time that you were really in the media, you were talking about cyberbullying and the stuff that you've gone through.
Right.
And I remember at a point you even broke down during an interview.
Right.
And there was talk about depression. Can you take us through your mental state at that point in time? Was that also maybe a reason why you kind of took a step back?
Tell you what, I mean, since I started music, I've gone through a lot of ups, but also quite a number of downs.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I reflect on that, then I get a little bit emotional. I remember 2 years ago, I actually literally came down. I actually watched that interview on YouTube.
Yeah.
Shafeli gonna make fun, sana.
This guy.
Yeah.
He actually came down.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, listen.
Oh my God.
I actually called him.
Where Shafi seemed to observe?
I called him. Well, he was supposed to have come. We're supposed to have that conversation on radio, and then he took off. He ran away. This guy.
Yeah. He came for you.
I didn't come for him. He was just trying to understand, that this guy was on live TV and he broke down. I was like, wow.
What's happening?
I mean, that's like 6 million Kenyans watching you.
No, but
They'll never forget.
It's real. But anyway, you were saying?
So, I love doing business. So for the longest time, I've always been trying to do business. And there's this time I tried doing business with some partners and we put in some money. I put in some money.
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to bring some stuff from Vietnam.
Yeah.
And so I was the first to contribute because we were supposed to contribute each an amount.
Yeah.
So I gave my amount first. And we paid for some goods in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So they're on the way. And then like 2 weeks after, one of the directors dies.
Wow.
And he had not contributed the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then these other ones, the 2 of them could not contribute the money for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ended up losing a lot of money in that deal.
Yeah.
And that sort of affected me financially and I started suffering.
Yeah.
I went into so much debt and eventually I was auctioned.
Yeah, he was actually homeless. He slept in his car.
I was homeless for 3 months. You know? That's like almost 2 years ago. And life was devastating for 3 months.
So wait, for those 3 months, were you staying with friends? Were you staying?
No.
How were you surviving?
I pulled through on my own. I decided I didn't want to let my mother know.
Yeah.
My parents know because they would get depressed. I decided to embrace faith and hope.
Yeah.
But life was difficult for me. Trust me. I remember I would come hustle in town, all dressed up. The good thing is they didn't auction my clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So I was still looking fresh.
Yeah.
I'm suffering inside, but I look fresh outside. And I would come hustle in town, and I don't even know where I'm gonna sleep in the evening. And so many times I slept in lodgings here in Gahara.
Yeah.
I would pay
Downtown
200 shillings.
500, yes.
And life was so difficult. And at that point is when I released Hello.
Yeah.
I released Hello in the evening, and in the morning I'm trending with insults. And I am training the whole week. I don't have money.
Yeah.
I don't have money. I don't have food. I don't have so much. I'm going through so much, and then I'm attacked so much online. So you can imagine all that pressure.
At once. It's not even spread out. It's
right. And 3 months was like going through hell for me.
Yes. Yeah. 3 months of not having a home.
3 months.
Yes, not having anything.
And cut the long story short, because I like telling after, because people will always talk about how down you went, but they'll never talk about how high you went.
Yeah.
And this is what I've decided. I'm not going to let people tell my narrative. I want to tell my narrative because I'm the only one who knows what I went through. Yeah. People just talk about Jimmy Gait and they spread memes all over, but they don't know what I go through sometimes. They don't understand how I feel sometimes. And the reason I cried on TV is because I remember those moments. Why people would bully me so much without even understanding what I'm going through, and would have crushed me. I actually had decided to quit music and quit the media because I felt like people didn't even care. They didn't care about what I was going through. They didn't know, right? And that was so hurtful for me. Anyway, long story short, 3 months later, I decided I'm not going to give up. During those 3 months, this is what I'm doing. I had a business idea that I was doing presentations to get investments. You know, I was looking for investors to invest in my idea. 3 months, I did 59 presentations, and all of them were turned down for some reason. And one Sunday, in town, only had 200 shillings, and I decided, you know what, I'm so tired, let me just sit down somewhere and have some coffee. And as I'm having that coffee somewhere, this person looks at me and is like, wait a minute, I think I saw this guy on Friday at the Trend. He was being interviewed. Larry was interviewing me because of being cyberbullied that whole week. And this person never knew me before until that Friday. And they were like, whoa, I saw you, and I didn't understand why people were bullying you. I didn't understand. It didn't make sense to me. And they were like, so I started talking to them about my business idea, because, I mean, every person that I saw at that point.
You had to throw that idea out. That's all you have.
And they liked the idea, and they were like, wow, that sounds very interesting. I'm very interested. Why don't you come to my office on Tuesday and we talk about it? I went to the office on Tuesday, gave me an appointment, and we talked about it. They loved it so much. They were like, I'm in. What? And in a week's time, boom, millions into my account. And that was like the new beginning for me.
Okay, so we're going to get to like that beginning and what happens after that. That's so much to take in. Of course, if you're listening, this is Kiss FM. We have Jimmy Gait in studio, and you know, his story, that is so inspiring. And I know quite a few people are feeling a bit guilty now for the stuff that they probably tweeted about you at that time. But if you have any questions, you can head over to Twitter at Kiss100 Kenya. Send those. Wow.
The voice is still there. They didn't auction it.
Unaona hata mabilionaires kuna wengi sana wameauctioniwa hata mara 5.
Let me explain to you something. The other day I was sitting with a very, very intelligent someone who I look up to. He's called Sami. And Sami was explaining to me how to survive in this world. When you go to a lawyer, and how to put your, your properties and everything in order. He's very intelligent. He's one of the he's an economist. And he gave me tips. He was like, yo, if you're in business of taking risks, whereby guys could come for you anytime. Make sure that you put your brand and your you can. There's a brand that is you, Adelo Nyango. And then there's Adelo Nyango who the government knows.
The pin.
When you're buying property, when you're doing whatever, you can be able to put things in different names. And when someone is coming to auction you as Adelo Nyango, the same way it happened to Jimmy Gait, they can never touch your stuff because it's not you. That's the law. They're two different things.
Man, but either way, regardless of what they're taking, it'll
let me tell you something about auctioneers. They don't care.
I know, that's the problem. It's in Kenya, no one cares about the law.
They'll come and sweep everything without.
Did they just come to your house? Did they just, in your case, was it like people just landed at your house or like your business?
And just so that, I just imagine there's somebody who just joined us. and they're hearing Jimmy Gait has been auctioned. I was auctioned 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Oh, sorry.
And I recovered from it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
they just land at your
6 a.m. in the morning.
Auctioneers are bad.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
You've never seen people who are so ruthless.
6 a.m.
You know what they were doing? Eh?
Yeah.
They had tried a couple of times, but I kept evading them.
Yeah.
You know, you have to chase some.
They start sending you messages. Tunakuja.
Yeah.
So there's actually a day they came and they found me in the house, but I didn't open.
Yeah.
Wakaenda.
Another time they called me on the phone. They said, we are here.
Yeah.
Kuja. I didn't come.
Yeah.
They went.
So wakajua sasa huyu jamaa
ameleta mchezo kwa
Mjanja.
6 a.m. in the morning.
They come breaking your door.
What?
They don't call without notice.
And I heard, is it true that they take, even if you have a phone in your hand, like, it can...
Hawa tu ni wajinga sana. Walichukua mpaka curtains.
They're merciless.
Like, curtains are a lot of troops. I get where they're coming
Hizo
from.
curtains bana ilikuwa nimespend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wakaona, these ones.
Huyu akule jua. Nalala hapa na hujalipa madeni.
You know what is so refreshing though? I love that you're openly talking about this, because I feel like sometimes young people get so much pressure because entertainers or people in the public eye put out this image of just like rolling around in money, and somebody who's their age or slightly younger or whatever is like, how can I get to that? Nobody ever shares the struggle and the hard things that come out of it. Even when we talk about entrepreneurship, if you look at all the talks that have been done around, it's always just, you know, the sexy bits about entrepreneurship. It's never about the hustle, the 59, 59 presentations you had to do, with each one of them ending with a no.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody's just like, yeah, my business is flourishing. And it really puts pressure on young people. And that's why then they come onto these social media platforms just to release this pressure in anger, and you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's refreshing that you're saying your real story in its entirety.
Right.
Yeah.
You see, a lot of people have a misconception on what being a role model actually means.
Yeah.
Even the role models themselves sometimes don't even understand what it means to be a role model. What it means is it's showing people how to deal with things.
Yeah.
When you're up, but also when you're down. But here's what we do as role models. We only want to expose ourselves when we are up there.
Yeah.
And we don't want to talk about those moments that we're down, those moments that we've failed, those moments that are not working for us, those moments that don't look so good.
Yeah.
We need to also talk about those moments that we get auctioned, like I'm talking about it. And how did I come out of it?
Yeah.
I tell people, look, it's make it or make it.
Yeah.
Make it or make it doesn't mean that you're going to be you're making it all the time. Sometimes you have to fail. But let me tell you something. The fact that I was auctioned taught me so many lessons about how to even position myself in the industry. It taught me so much on how to save, how to invest.
Yeah.
It taught me so much on how to never go back there.
Yeah.
So right now I'm in a much better place. And by the way, I am much better than I was before being auctioned.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Adele.
Right?
You know, when I listen to Jimmy Gait, I've known him for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yes, from when he landed from Limuru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, with one outfit. Am I lying?
You're not lying.
Yes. And then he came and he changed the whole, you know, scene of fashion by starting to wear skinny pants and everything. Yeah. And now everybody's doing it. Started dropping his music.
Yeah.
Uretete and everything. At one point, he was high rolling. We brought investors. Actually, he brought investors into Kenya. They were coming to buy this building. The building where Radio Africa is right now.
Right.
Am I lying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We even had a meeting with Night Frank and everything.
Yeah.
I knew I was quitting radio. Because they were talking about billions of shillings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when he says he's seen it, he's done it and won a t-shirt, I believe, I can relate.
Now, there's something here that, you know, and I've seen quite a few people writing that, you mean when we were, let me try and get that tweet. Last one was Kwao. He says, na venye tulikuwa tunadandia 2 stories at Jimmy Gait because he was trending. Kumbe he was going through a lot at the time. Yes, he was.
Exactly.
And you've taken what you were going through, 3 months of being homeless. Online people are trolling you and making memes and all of this around your music. And you're putting out this music so that you can, maybe it can be a way to get you back up, even financially.
Actually, yes.
But now you then in hindsight, have come up with this project called Hisia because of what you went through in terms of cyberbullying.
Right.
So what exactly is it?
Hisia is feelings.
Yeah.
And Hisia is a platform that is putting together digital stakeholders and users. We create a movement that is going to address this issue of cyberbullying. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's affecting a lot of people. I was terribly affected.
Yeah.
Emotionally, I was depressed for 2 weeks when I was cyberbullied.
Yeah.
I locked myself in the house for 2 weeks and I couldn't even eat properly.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to anybody. I felt so rejected. I felt like the whole world was crushed on me. And that feeling was terrible.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I was going through so much already. I don't have money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually remember during that time I was living with my cousin.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Roaka.
Yeah.
And I locked myself for 2 weeks in that house because I was depressed.
Yeah.
And thank God I was a bit strong. What about that person who's not as strong as I am?
Yeah.
They would have committed suicide. And people who commit suicide.
And we've had such cases, right?
So many of them. And I'll give you statistics around this so you see the real picture of it. So many people who commit suicide don't necessarily commit suicide because they were cyberbullied. It's because they're already going through so much in their lives. They're jobless, they're homeless, they don't have money, they probably don't have school fees, and then you go ahead and cyberbully them. And that becomes like the last button that you press for them to say, you know what, enough is enough.
I'm done.
Statistics with World Banks states that 2 out of 3 people who've been online have been cyberbullied. And usually 1 out of 100 of those commit suicide. And by the time that one person is committing suicide, usually 100 people have tried to commit suicide. So many children are affected by cyberbullying. When a child is cyberbullied, they segregate themselves. They want to be isolated. They start performing poorly in school.
Yeah.
They become depressed.
Yeah.
Actually, as we speak right now, there's a friend of mine who, her child is literally depressed because she was bullied in school. Cyberbullied actually online.
Yeah.
Friends on Facebook in school cyberbullied her and she is depressed. There's so many young people who've been depressed. There's so many businesses that have come down because of being cyberbullied.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's always funny until it's you.
Yeah.
You know, it's always funny for you to send that message, to forward it to every person until it's you. The moment it hits you, that's when you understand how painful it is.
Yeah.
The moment your business is attacked, the moment your child or yourself or your father or your mother is attacked, that's when you understand the impact of cyberbullying. And so what we're saying is, kabla uklik, fikiria. Because that one click could actually cost somebody's job, somebody's marriage, could cost somebody's life. You know, it can cost somebody's education. It can cost somebody's future. Why do you want to be that person who is going to cost others' lives? Yeah. Right? So what we're saying is, let's be more cautious online. And we're not saying that you can't give opinions around issues and around people. If you don't like me, you don't have to insult me.
But there's a difference, there's a very big difference.
By the way, if you don't like me, let me inform you, there are so many other people who don't like you.
Yeah.
So, just the way you don't like me is the same way someone else doesn't like you.
Even with music, like, and the songs that you were putting out, I was like, if you didn't like a song, I don't know about other people, but the songs that I don't like, I don't even interact with the song. I'm just like, it's not for me. Right. And I keep it moving. I don't have to tear down the musician because there's somebody who loves it. It just happens it's not me.
Well, it's because, some people are doing it for retweets.
Yeah.
Some are doing it for fun, for the heck of it.
Right.
And some are just ignorant. They're just ignorant like that. They just don't know any better.
When we come back, we need to give you more details. Like Jimmy Gait is talking to me. I've been jobless and been rejected by the community. And since you seem to be a failure to them, it's damn crazy. And it's not that I'm not educated. It's just life. Like, I just think it's so powerful that your story is immediately you're seeing the impact of what it's doing. Jim Gait also shared about his, movement called Hisia that is, to tackle cyberbullying. Kabla uklik, fikiria. And you can get more information about Hisia on www.hisia.com. Or if you want to, if you want to volunteer or help with the project, can they reach out?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely.
If you just go to www.hisia.com, that's HISIAH.com. You can get more information on that. But we're happy that you're back to making music. 300 songs. And there's people online who are saying, okay, we have 3 months left of the year. 100 songs a month, please. That doesn't even make sense. But you're also here to drop a new song. It's called Pokea Sifa.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
So when did was this one recorded or written back when you were going through all of this?
This is a song that is a reflection of all that I've gone through and what God has done for me. So this is a song I recorded late last year. We shot the video last year. And I thought about all the ups and downs that God had taken me through and the victories that I've had.
Yeah.
And all I could say is thank you, Lord. Pokea Sifa. Because Yani, going down to zero.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, I started from zero when I was coming to Nairobi.
Yeah.
And then I was, all the way up.
Yeah.
And then from all the way up, I went all the way down.
Yeah.
And then from all the way down, I went all the way up again.
Yeah.
Not even up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, this must be God. And so this song is a thanksgiving song. And it's an inspirational song that if God has done so much for you, please give him the praise.
Yeah.
And if he hasn't done it, don't give up.
Yeah.
It's possible. Now I know that your background has nothing to do with your future. Your past failures don't have to affect your future success. You can always come back again. And God is not a God of one chance. People say, oh, God is a God of one chance. You only get one chance in life.
Yeah.
That's a lie from the pit of hell.
Yeah.
God is a God of another chance and another chance and another chance. You fall down. Even the Bible says a righteous man shall fall 7 times, but he will rise up again.
Yeah.
I may have fallen down last time, but I'm going to rise up again. I feel like I want to preach right now.
I know, right? I was just taking us to church. But guys, Pokea Sifa playing right here on Kiss FM. Guest we have this morning, Jimmy Gait, talking about his real life issues while people online were trolling him, what he was dealing with behind the scenes. But he's back, and obviously we've dropped his new song, Pokea Sifa. Songok is saying, what? It's a hit. It makes one appreciate the hustles we go through and say thank you for what we have. Lexi is saying, this guy is so blessed. Akona sauti poa. Generally, he's a good singer. I think KOT trolled him for nothing. All right.
Amen to that.
As a Leon Bona until today. Yes, because you know what? He used to, used to pick what's trending and then you flip it into music. And now KOT, that's what they know. And that was what was going on then.
Peter Mwai, he says, ngoma ndio ngorijo. Shida ni anaanza kufuata kina Willy Paul, Kofi Ocampo, Mungu hana degree, But you see, and my response to him was this, does that warrant insults?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if you don't like what somebody is doing, does it warrant insults?
And
it never
also,
does.
It's all about constructive criticism. If you came to me and told me something that will help me, or, if you just told me your opinion of me without insulting me or making me feel like trash, tuko sawa.
So
yes, life is about being told, and letting people have their own opinion and talk about what they want to talk about. Right. But let's do it with some positive vibe and positive energy.
And you can check out the music video to Pokea Sifa. It's out on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube right now.
And you'll definitely enjoy it. And as you're doing that, I just have 2 more questions for Jimmy Gait before we let him get on with his morning. The 3 months that, you were being trolled, you're homeless at the time, you've been auctioned, it's really rock bottom, right?
No,
was there
rock.
Was there anybody who reached out to you, even from like the music fraternity?
Yeah, the producers who you pay money all the time to make your music, the videographers, your real friends, wale unajua, skulu kwa sawa, you used to call them, they come through for biashara.